We continue on NHL tonight. The Red Wings have a new coach, Derek Lalonde, who was most recently with Tampa Bay. In his first year, he got to know Steve Yzerman. Yzerman in that year was a senior advisor for the Lightning. Yzerman, of course, is now the Wings GM. He's got his new head coach. Here is Derek Lalonde getting introduced today.
We want to be a team that's hard to play against. And the uniqueness of playing within the division and playing as many times as we did over the last couple of years, we saw parts of that where they were hard to play against. They were gapped. They were not giving us an inch. I think our goal is to be a little more consistent in that. I referenced Tampa. Yes, we were in different situations, but we didn't get to another level until we play like that. And to me, that translates no matter what your personnel is. This is going to take some time. We're building the right way, but it's going to be a process. And those are some of the things we're going to look for early on, are those habits.
Wait, is he Jim Montgomery's brother?
Hey, that's what I was just saying off air. Dano and I, we should have gotten involved. Our look is getting hired in this league right now. But no, in all due respect, Lalonde is highly touted. Coming out of that Tampa group there. I mean, you had Jeff Halpern. There's a lot of talk with him as well. So I think this is an awesome hire for the Detroit Red Wings. And Steve Yzerman, as it was mentioned, knows him very well. And he's had a lot of success. I love coaches. They go through the grind, Dano. He's gone
Jared
through the
Bednar,
grind. Yes.
John Cooper.
I love that stuff.
They all kind of went the same route. He's been successful wherever he's gone. He's paid his dues. He's getting an opportunity. And, oh, yeah, when you hire a coach coming from a winning franchise, a team that raises the bar to a Stanley Cup or bust like the Tampa Bay Lightning, that gets inside of you. And that's what he wants to bring the Red Wings. I know they're not there quite yet, but obviously they see good things in Derek Lalonde. And he's been tutelaged by one of the best in John Cooper.
Absolutely.
And you can't help but think it will rub off. And this is a good choice for the Detroit Red Wings. We talked about the veteran guys a lot of teams went with earlier. Well, now it's good to see a little mix here, and an assistant coach that's paid his dues, that's had success with a great team in the Tampa Bay Lightning and in the ECHL and in the USHL, and now he gets the head coaching spot for the Detroit Red Wings.
You're a young player, and that's the key with Detroit, a lot of young talent. Do you want someone that's never been a head coach before in the NHL or not, or doesn't it matter, Mike?
It don't matter. If Steve Yzerman's given the nod for this guy, I'm all in, right? That's all I need to know.
Yzerman hired John Cooper.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's a great question, though, Billy.
No, it's true.
An interesting question.
But I think that's part of it, too. What makes Derek Lalonde interesting to me is, let's just say, for an example, you're a player that's maybe not, I'm not saying they have any, but not the greatest coachable player. This guy he won 2 Stanley Cups. How are you going to argue that? You know what I mean?
He wasn't the head coach.
But he's a
He's
huge
been around
part
it.
of right?
He's been in
Special
it.
teams.
I love it.
Yes.
I love that hiring by Steve Yzerman, just from the standpoint, you want to grab somebody that knows what it takes to win. He's been around it. He's been the right-hand man, along with Halpern of John Cooper. They went to 3 Stanley Cup Finals, won 2.
And there's a
he's
trust
going to lend a lot of knowledge. And these players, these young guys in Detroit, you would think are going to learn a lot from him and respect him right away.
Absolutely.
Because I love that point you made too, Rupper. Steve Yzerman okays it.
Yeah.
His resume is pretty good as a player and as a general manager.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, a lot of people think the Wings might be playoff ready as soon as next year. What do you think about that?
I don't think so yet, but I will say there's 2 teams in the Eastern Conference, 2 teams that have been on the outside that I think are going to be making some good pushes. There's one, the Detroit Red Wings, and the Ottawa Senators. I think these are 2 up-and-coming teams I'm excited to watch. And I think the Wings are maybe a step behind Ottawa, but they're going to be a very good team in the near future.
I agree. I mean, there's a lot of teams on the outside looking in that didn't make the playoffs the last few years or for quite some time, or won in the last 9 years, that could really make a jump, I think. Detroit Red Wings, certainly you would think, are one of those teams that things go the right way and they get that winning mentality, led by Derek Lalonde now. It's going to be interesting. The league has such competitive balance right now. I'm a believer that, look at the Colorado Avalanche. We've talked about them a lot. Went from 48 points 5 years ago to Stanley Cup champions. Yeah. You can make that jump sooner than later, especially in today's game.